Women's History Month highlights women who have made a contribution to our country and community from the past to present day. This year's theme for Women's History Month is weaving the stories of women's lives. DeKalb County employs over 6,000 people and more than 30 departments. Of those departments that report to the governing authority, more than a third of those departments are led by women. Each of these women has their own unique story. In recognition of Women's History Month, some of the top managers in the county took time out of their busy schedules to share their stories. Each woman was asked about their lives, what it's been like for them to be a woman in the workplace, advice that they would give to young women just starting out, what obstacles they've had to overcome, and who's been the biggest female influence in their lives. Let's hear their stories.
I have to cheat a little bit and say I have a dynamic duo. That being my mother, Doris Lewis, and my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, Dorothy Miller, also known as Hot Dot. And growing up and watching these two women protect, support, love their families, their children, their communities, I had the sheer honor of watching what the epitome of a true woman is all about. And watching those women, I understand that the role of a woman in this world is to kick butt, make a difference, impact people's lives, and be strong.
Well, I would have to say my mom. My mother is my influence. And I have to say, I'm so proud of her. She's 94 years old, still doing volunteerism, still doing that. But she instilled in me education, preparation, and always being educated. Knowledge, you can't take that from anyone.
I've been very fortunate. My very first huge motivator was a woman named Claire Gundy, who was the director for Central Brevard Humane Society for over 35 years. I met her at the age of 19, and 11 years later, she was the matron of honor at my wedding. We remained very, very close friends until her death.
My biggest female influence has got to be my mother. For one thing, she brought our family here from Bolivia, which is in South America, pretty much by herself. She was a nurse, and she became a nurse in South America at a time when that was not necessarily a respectable thing for a young woman to do. I guess she was basically into women's lib before there was women's lib.
Miss Greta DeWald at one time was the executive assistant, and Miss Anna Levitan, who was one of our former CEOs, were big influences for me and were very helpful and mentored me throughout my career in finance.
I think that there's still a lot of men that don't feel comfortable with women in positions of power. That was true for me at the beginning of my career in the 80s as a young prosecutor. It's true now. And I just don't know how long it's going to take to change that mindset. I find it very sad.
Women have to prove themselves day in, day out. You've got to show you can pull somebody out of a burning building. You've got to show you can hang on to that hose. You've got to show that you know what you're talking about if we're talking about hoses and fire trucks and just anything that has to do with fire. It's such a male-dominated world for so long.
Preparation, education. I'm a big proponent of education. Being educated, being prepared, knowing, maybe asking yourself, what is important now?
Love what you're doing. Always do the right thing. Be honest. Work with people. It doesn't mean that you have to do everything that everyone says, but there's an opportunity to meet people in the community and understand their passion.
Do what you love to do. That's the most important thing. And never cease to learn.
Regardless of what anybody tells you in life, if you believe in yourself and you truly have passions and you're prepared for whatever opportunity comes your way, there's no stopping you.
If you can dream it, you can do it.
In my field, I would say be persistent and don't let anyone tell you that the field that you choose is for men only. Be persistent and follow your dreams.
Do your ultimate best and don't ever give up. Don't let anybody tell you you can't, because you can.
It's an exciting time for women, and you know, who knows? We may be looking at a female president very soon. So I think it's wide open as far as any field that a woman might want to go into.
Go girl power.